Okay, Paul, we have you live. Hello, go ahead.
Clever Nursery fans, it's Paul from the Clever Sales Team, and it is time for spring. We're getting ready for it. One thing you're going to see in your landscape right now is this guy here. These are Forsythias. These are the Harbinger of Spring, and they tell you all kinds of things. Number one, that spring is coming, but number two, it's time to trim your roses. A lot of people ask, when should I prune my roses? You never want to give a lot of big pruning in the fall because you don't know how much winter is going to take. So you sort of leave your roses long. You try and prune them up a little bit in the fall to make sure that snow doesn't break them up. But otherwise, you leave them long because winter's going to take her share. When she's finished, then the Forsythias tell you, now it's time to give that rose your proper spring prune. And roses right now, this in fact is one of the few weeks roses that we have left over from last year. But this rose spent the winter with us, and we did that kind of tip pruning. But if you planted roses last fall, chances are your roses look like this right now. So they got this much foliation, and they're a little leggy. But now is the time to give these guys the kind of trimming that they need, that your Forsythias are giving you the clue to do. And this should be something you want to do preferably this week. It's going to be a gorgeous week coming up, so it's a perfect time to get that done. We will see weird variable weather like we do in Utah, but you're not going to see super crazy freezing cold. Therefore, pruning things down is not as dangerous as it would have been had you have done the same kind of thing in the fall. And then when you're, well, to do that, you're good using really good pruners. This is your opportunity to get an heirloom. Felco pruners. These are the things that you put in your will because these pruners are the finest pruners on earth. And you're going to give these to your kids and your grandkids when they're ready. Um, Once you're finished pruning, then you definitely want to feed your roses because now is also the time to put some slow release fertilizer down to make sure that they've got the food that they need to draw on as they're starting to set flower in the next couple of weeks, a few weeks, and then also into the summertime. Fertilome makes a good product that they even just call rose and flower food. Any of the fertilizers, they're going to have a nice, decent nitrogen and phosphoric acid number is good. But one that I use, because I've got over 100 roses at home, a lot of times I just don't have the time to go out there and carefully figure out what my roses need. I just scoop and throw. And this is where Milorganite comes in. Milorganite is marketed primarily as a turf grass fertilizer, but it can be used everywhere. It is an organic fertilizer, so you really can't make a mistake with it. It's not no risk of burning. It's a really good source of nitrogen. It's a really good source of iron. So it is one of those fertilizers that you can use for your roses, but frankly, you can use for virtually anything from turf to food crops to trees, and again, to roses. But this week, is the time where you need to get your roses pruned up because once these go out of flower, that's also nature's way of saying you should have got there sooner. There you go. Good luck. We'll see you soon.